There you go. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick with this wax paper like we did in a couple of the projects. The trick is to use a heavy glue stick, this is Elmer's, and after you've crumpled up the paper, spread it out, glue it down, put the glue stick against the paper, and then stick the wax paper to it, and then burnish and burnish and burnish. I use the tip of my glue stick, I'm sure, because it's a nice big fat one. I don't think one of those little ones would work. I know that they make tools for burnishing or rollers, but this really seems to work
The back of a
so
spoon.
well. The back of a spoon. I've not tried that one. This is good just because it's so flat. You can go back and forth and push it down. And now to ink it. I've got 3 different colors of ink. Here's a brown, a reddish brown, and a black. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use. I'm going to see how it looks. The wax paper takes well to the ink sometimes. Other times it grabs it. So I've got a cosmetic sponge. You can tell I've used it a few times. That I'm going to use to blend it. And can you see how hard I'm pushing? I'm not just casually rubbing. I am really putting some elbow grease into it.
I can see the sweat on your brow.
I don't want to drip it on the picture and ruin it. I'm going to try. Yeah, you know what? I think that's just a little too red, don't you? That's Irish setter color. I'm going to put some over her face. This is the gamble, because sometimes it just goes so dark you can't use it again. But just a little bit at a time, and then rub. There, that worked. I'm going to do a little bit more around her. You don't want to totally obliterate the picture below, which can happen. Sometimes you need to spit on your sponge a little bit. I guess if you were polite, you'd have some water on your table, but I just use a little bit of spit. That's not nice, is it? To those of you who buy things from me, I hope I don't have any spit on them. And then I prefer the edges of the wax paper torn. And if it's glued down good, you know, it's going to come up a little bit onto the picture, but not much. It's glued down and burnished very, very well to get it nice and flat. So then if you tear it, you get an attractive rough edge, but it doesn't show up as much as you'd like. So I'm going to, I probably need something so I don't get ink all over my table. There, that'll work. I'm going to go much heavier with the ink on the edges that I did, so it's kind of a vignette shape. Before that dries, I'm going to buff it out a little bit. I'm making it much darker on the edges than in the center. I'm putting a lot of ink around the edges. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the charcoal, or the black, and get the very, very edges of the wax paper and of the picture. Where the wax paper is torn away from the picture, I'll get more onto the image too. Maybe where it's come up, I'll get some underneath too. That could be interesting. It's kind of random, which makes it attractive, I think. That it's not, it's got that handmade touch, which I like. There you go. If you want to, you can blend some of that and blend away from the center out towards the edge with the darker colors. And that's it.